Wait, is my mic on?
Guys, are we really doing this?
Ah, fuck it. Let's just start. Hey guys, welcome back to Sipping Through Life. It's your girl Deani, and I'm here with
Gabby.
Megan is still out of guys. Okay,
She's still
honestly,
gone, like,
this
I think she doesn't like us, to be honest.
this is the longest vacation ever.
It's been almost a month.
Almost a month.
Megan, I see what you did here.
I also just want the audience to notice that I, Deani, didn't take a single vacation this summer.
You know what? Do you want a cookie?
I would like a cookie, actually, because you know what? I'm trying to start a new diet. I decided
I feel like
last
you're
night.
always on a diet, and you don't need to be.
Well, okay, so I shouldn't say diet. I'm trying to start a lifestyle change. Isn't that what like the LA people say?
I don't know. I'm not from LA.
But I just feel like all the like models and influencers will be like, guys, this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle change.
Yeah, but then you go backwards in your lifestyle and go back to what you were doing, and then you're on another diet / lifestyle change in 4 months. Not saying you, but just people in general.
No, you're calling me out right now, and it's okay. It's okay. It is actually okay. Because I think this time it'll work.
You know, you're starting to sound like my apple tree idea last week with this, but no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kidding.
No, but I kind of just like want to invest in a juicer
No.
and do like green juice in the morning.
I'm all about juices and smoothies. Like, I love them.
Yeah.
Because there's so many combinations that you would never think would
Would
actually
be
taste
good.
good. Yeah.
But the only thing with juice is like I'm afraid with fresh fruit that it's gonna make my tongue itch, because you know I have that like allergy.
Y'all, I've been hearing about this since
7th grade.
7th grade. 7th grade. I think it should be a concern of yours, but I don't think it should stop you from getting this juicer. Just don't use strawberries or what other ones.
No, but
Kiwis?
it's just fresh fruit in general.
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
That can't be a thing.
But it is. It's the pesticides that they use to
You get
grow these
organic
fruits.
stuff or frozen.
My pocket is not for organic stuff.
You know what?
Frozen may work,
Okay,
but how do you
this is
juice
where
a
it's-
frozen
no,
thing?
Here, this is where I'm going to give you the hint. And anyone that works at any grocery store, I apologize. But you go get your organic fruits and veggies, but then you
Bring it up as regular.
You go to the
Self-checkout.
Yep, and then that's what you do. That's what we do with our bananas. Because regular bananas just they go bad so fast.
Oh,
the
I
organic
hate
ones
bananas.
actually what?
Yeah, those are the worst. They really make my tongue itch. Bananas and watermelon.
Watermelon? It's water.
No, it's not. Watermelon was the first fruit that made my tongue itch.
But it's mostly water.
But it makes my tongue itch.
That's weird.
I know.
Have you gone to your doctor about this?
Gabby, I wish that you would stop bringing up my doctor. Because I feel triggered every time that you bring up my doctor. I really feel triggered.
Keep forgetting.
I haven't been to my doctor in
You know,
2
next
years.
time I'll take the girls to their appointment.
You
Coming
won't
up,
see me.
I'll ask the doctor for you.
No, you
I'm sure I'll see her passing by in the hallway.
you will not see me, okay? I stopped going to that doctor like 2 years ago.
But you haven't gone to a doctor since.
Technically, she's my primary care physician. But I'm going to get a new primary care physician. I was actually going to do it in March, but then the pandemic happened.
All right, blame the pandemic.
No, I promise. I promise. But I actually have a problem with change.
I do too.
Like,
do too.
you know, a couple weeks ago, how I told you about, like, my gynecologist, how she's so amazing, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yes, and then that she moved.
She moved. And so now I'm like, I don't know who I'm going to go to. Like, I felt so comfortable with her. Very, very
yeah.
comfortable. And now it's just going to be like, oh, here's a new Actually, I can't even act like, oh, here's a new person seeing my vagina. Because, like, honestly, I've been to, like, waxers. I've done the laser hair.
That's different, though. No, they're not going up in your hoo-ha, like...
Well, that's true.
That's
true.
is, like... They're
going up there.
Going up in there.
Yeah, they really go
Like...
up there.
Obagins, yeah. No.
I love how you picked up on my OB-GYN
I do,
slang.
because now it's better than OBGYN.
Right, that's so much work.
It's so much work, but Obagin.
OB-GYN, it's super nice. Huh. Well, okay, speaking of bananas, I was on TikTok earlier this week, and this guy was like, I think he was like 22 or something like that. And he was like, guys, I just found out that bananas have seeds in them.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Those little thingies.
Like the little
In the
brown
middle.
thingies. Oh. Oh.
I thought those were the seeds. Are they not?
That's crazy. But like
when
how do you
cut
plant? Yeah, but how do you plant that?
I,
Because like most seeds are like hard.
maybe you just put a whole banana in the ground.
I don't know a lot about gardening or being a farmer, but I definitely don't think that's how it works. The peel of the banana is still on it. You have to plant a banana tree.
I'm talking about you. Yeah, but you gotta plant something to get the tree. So you peel the banana and then just put the whole banana in the ground. Foop, water it, all that, and those little seeds there will then
Grow a tree.
a beautiful banana tree. That's how I think it's done.
I don't think that's how it works.
Possibly.
I just feel like there has to be like banana seed. Like there's a banana seed method.
I mean, okay, there's gotta be, but if you're asking me, that's what I would tell somebody. So,
Okay, speak.
so someone out there is gonna give this information to someone else, acting like it's
I think,
real. So
you know what? I'm going to take a banana and I'm going to go into my backyard and I'm going to plant a whole banana. And I will let you know if I see any movement. Well, there's probably a time of year that you have to plant it, though.
I'm sure. And area, I don't think banana trees are grown in Virginia.
Where are they grown? I feel
in,
like with
warmer places.
But I feel like with like, you know, the GMOs and everything like that, like they grow fruit everywhere.
What? GMOs? What?
Yeah, like, you know, like the genetically modified.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I guess
so like
you're
then they
right.
make it so that they can grow in any climate. No?
I don't know. All I know is oranges are in Florida, peaches are in Georgia, and avocados are from Mexico.
Fun fact, South Carolina actually grows more peaches than Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
You see, well then that whole Georgia with the peach.
Yeah, with
they
the
gotta
peach.
get rid of it.
I know.
That's false
Because there's a
advertisement.
place in South Carolina, I should know, but I'm like blanking on the name. There's like a giant peach statue that you see when you're driving to Georgia. And I don't know where I was going with this story. I think it has something to do with the fact that South Carolina actually grows more peaches than
Interesting.
Georgia. I'm pretty sure that's where I was going with it. Or maybe it had something to do with James and the Giant Peach. I don't really
I don't
know.
think I ever liked that movie, so I couldn't tell you what.
Did you try reading the book?
No, I don't. No.
You were about to say I don't read books.
No, I just.
Oh.
Okay, maybe I was gonna say that. I read. It's just I need good books.
Honestly,
I get bored really easily, so I don't end up finishing them. Don't have.
but
the
it also
attention,
depends on the
and-
genre.
But that's
Because
I guess I
don't
haven't found my genre
Yeah.
yet.
You know, I kind of think that you would maybe be like a crime person.
Interesting. You know why? Because I just started Charmed on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like a 90s show.
Yeah, I know. My sisters and I used to try to,
Yes.
like, we believed we were witches.
I'm obsessed with this show
It's
right
so
now.
good.
And they are helping the innocent.
Yeah.
They're good witches.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm loving this show.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
You know, maybe something
mystical,
yeah.
crimey.
Did you read Harry Potter or like you
I
liked those
started
movies?
it, actually.
Well, you liked those
started
movies,
it,
right?
Like 7 months ago, and it's still on my bedside table. I haven't finished it yet.
Harry Potter, I'm going to make a bold statement right now.
Oh, okay.
Harry Potter is not a good series.
Whoa! As for someone that likes the movies,
I said it.
Okay, I know movies and books are not the same thing, but fabulous.
Well, I tried the book, fell asleep, never tried it again. Tried the movies, they were super boring to me as well. Never tried. And I've tried like multiple different ones in the series.
You have
It's
to
not
start
for me.
from the beginning,
I've tried. It's not good.
and then where do you get lost at? What movie?
What movie has the dogs? Like the thing with the two heads.
That's the first fucking movie.
No, it's not.
It's the first movie with the 3 dogs.
Yeah. That's the first movie?
That's it.
Oh,
Don't worry,
dang.
guys. You're gonna come over one day. We have
No.
all the movies. No, this isn't a choice. If you want me to be on this podcast ever again, you have to watch these movies. now.
Well, guys, say bye to Gabby.
No, you're watching them. I'll have Rylan make his BLT dip. Oh,
Forgot to tell you, made the
Oh.
BLT dip last weekend.
How'd
It
it
was
go?
a hit. It was delicious.
I'm so glad.
It was very
what
good.
did you serve it with?
I bought French bread. Okay, guys,
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Guys, Rylan makes this BLT dip that is so mother effing good.
Oh, it's so delicious.
And so when when the first time I had it was at the girl's first birthday party, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to get this recipe. And Rylan was like, well, I would give it to you, but it's like a family recipe. So like I thought that there was like some very like big secret around this recipe. But then last week I was like, yeah, like I'm helping my cousin move. Like I kind of want to have like some type of food for everybody to eat. And so then, guys, Rylan shared his recipe with me. I will not be sharing it with anyone else because I still think it may be a family secret. I don't know.
Totally bullshitting you on all that.
Oh, well, it was a hit. My family enjoyed it. And he told me that like you can serve it with like chips, crackers, whatever. Yeah. So we had chips, but then I also made like,
like bruschetta?
Yeah.
Well, not bruschetta, but toasted bread.
The bread, the toasted French bread. And it was really, really good.
See?
It was good.
I love it, you guys. It's such a good dip. I mean, there's different variations from it, like on
Pinterest
and all that. So go ahead, find.
I was on TikTok, and somebody in the comments of this like video that had a lot of views was like, "Oh, like if you want to like spice it up a bit, add ranch dip, like a packet of ranch to it." So I added like maybe like a tablespoon, maybe a little less than a tablespoon. It was chef's kiss. It was so good, so good. Speaking of TikTok, though, Gabby.
What?
It's banned. It's like gonna be banned.
Wait,
TikTok.
Is this for sure happening?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
Like, but I thought we had a couple weeks.
Well, we have
September something, I thought.
Yeah.
Like
so,
the 15th, 17th, something like that.
So we have about a month until it's like officially gone.
I'm so upset.
But I think that like Microsoft was maybe gonna buy it, but they're just not sure if Microsoft, like if the deal can go through in 30 days, you know?
Let's just, no, I get it.
But did you notice how Reels just came out on Instagram? Mm-hmm. I just find that ironic.
I find it interesting because it's like, if you think about it, no hate on Instagram. I like Instagram. But Instagram's owned by Facebook. Facebook's going through all this crap.
I didn't even think of that.
In the U.S. I mean, it's been going through stuff with, like, the election and all that, and having, what Zuckerberg going to Congress and having to testify there. I just think this is all a lot deeper than I personally think, that it's like maybe this is more of conspiracy theory. Who knows?
No, tell me. I love a good conspiracy theory.
What I'm thinking, it's like, it makes me wonder, does President Trump or just people in the U.S. in general, these high people, just want us to be on Instagram Reel or whatever, so they can come on, they're looking at us on Facebook. Y'all can't act like they're not monitoring us on there. So it's like, who would you rather spy on your people? Your own American people, or supposedly, the company in China?
Wow.
It makes you wonder.
I didn't even go that far.
But that's where my head's been going the last couple of weeks with this.
I was just thinking like, wow, Instagram steals everything. That's like literally where my mind
went.
Then
it makes you
because
go back.
Do you remember when they stole stories
Yep.
from Snapchat? Like Snapchat used to be that bitch. And I remember when Instagram first rolled out stories, and I was pissed because I felt like it was distracting me from the post, seeing the little circle at the top.
There was too much going on.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like this. And then they like zhuzhed some things up, and I don't know. Now I don't use Snapchat at all. I only use Instagram stories.
I occasionally use Snap, but I don't know. I haven't really been on social media much. I guess.
Well,
besides TikTok.
Have you heard? Have you heard Cardi B's new song with Megan Thee Stallion?
Yes.
Okay, I want to hear your point of view.
Okay. If it's just me, then yeah, I'd probably listen to the song. Is it a little vulgar for me at times? Yeah. But I mean, I still like Cardi. I think it's like, she's got the right to say what she wants.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I would never allow the girls to listen to this song.
Right.
Never.
Right. Okay.
But that is just because it's like, they aren't at the age where they understand. It's not appropriate for them. Point blank. It's not appropriate. So I would never listen to it around them or allow them to listen to it.
Okay, so this is my thing. When the song came out last Friday, I was trying to learn the words because I am a Cardi and Megan fan. I enjoy their music. And I thought that it was a great song right away. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, they did it. This is going to be a hit. And then I started, like...
Seeing all the hate.
like hearing things, but like in the middle of the week, like at the beginning when it was released, like all I heard was praise. And then I started like seeing that like people apparently were like very offended by the song. But for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's called WAP, WAP. And people were like, this is offensive. It's so vulgar, blah, blah, blah. And okay, this is my position on it. As a person who's a single adult who does not have children, I would never, like, even if I was a parent, like, I would never look at Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallion's music as, like, nursery rhymes. Like,
Exactly.
I'm not playing this for my children. I'm playing this because I'm getting ready for girls' night.
Like,
or
you just
I'm
like the song. You just
right, or like
the
I'm
song.
going to work out or something. Like, I like the beat, I like the vibe, whatever. But my real problem with the whole like this is so inappropriate is that I found a lot of people that were like complaining about it to be the same people who know like Future's lyrics word for word, or like other rappers, or like other like toxic male
man's
musicians music where they're like talking about drugs and talking about degrading women and they know it word for word. They don't say like this is so demeaning. But the second that a woman who is comfortable in her sexuality talks about female pleasure, it's like a problem and it's like inappropriate.
Yeah.
And I just think that that's like the double standard. Like
There's
absolutely
actually
not.
It doesn't make sense. It's like you said, it's the double standard.
Yeah.
If you know her husband's songs,
Right.
what's wrong with
Her.
her?
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I just
and people
think
I feel like they're gonna find something to complain about just to complain.
exactly.
And why? And I think the biggest thing too, it's like this music video is coming out right now during a pandemic.
Yeah.
So I know there was like people complaining about that too. That it was like
Oh, that they shot the music video?
during like supposedly she spent like $100,000 on COVID tests during this time. But it's like if that's how she's choosing to spend her money on this,
Right.
and on the whole video itself, why do you care that much?
I just think that
Don't give her the view on YouTube. She doesn't get the money.
right. I
It's
just
that
think
simple.
that
It's like if you
people,
don't like it, don't listen to it.
exactly that's the point I'm trying to say. Like, how is it
And what is
personally
that going
impacting
to
you?
do?
How is it impacting you? This song, I don't understand.
And it's a song.
And
It's a song.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, people who are offended by this song, like, one, you've clearly never listened to any of Megan's other songs or Cardi B's other songs, because this is like it's like no worse than any of the other songs that they've ever made.
Yeah.
And two is that like you have never listened to Trina, the rapper, if you're offended by this song. Because when I was in my senior year of college, my little sister came home from her freshman year of college and introduced me to this song by Trina called Look Back at It. And Gabby, I will play it for you when we are done recording this
Oh
episode.
yeah, I don't think I've ever heard this song.
Like,
If you could see her face.
talk about clutching your pearls. I was shocked that my little innocent sister knew this word for word, was
goodness.
dancing. It was shocking. And now I know it word for word. All I'm saying is that, guys,
It's a
just have
song.
fun with it, you
Yeah,
know?
don't get so. I mean, this song is truly what it's gonna be nothing in a year. No offense to her, she worked hard on it, but it's like for you
She'll
to get
come out with other
this-
music.
Exactly. To this, it's like, again, she's making her money
And
she's
also, like,
living her life.
Think back to like 2007. I think that was when it came out. When like Katy Perry came out with I Kissed a Girl and I Liked
Oh
It.
my gosh, people freaked out about it.
Freaked out. And now you look, now we have this song and we're like, people were freaking
You're
out
like, you
about
know what?
that song. So it's just like with the times, like people are going to get more risky. Or is it like risque?
Risque.
People are going to get more risque. Honestly, if this is something that you are like afraid that like your children are listening to, I think that it's like if you have a child that's like in middle school, trust me,
Yeah.
they know the words to this song probably, and they are
Not stupid,
talking
and they know what everything means.
right. I
Like,
remember when I
stop
was
thinking they
on the
don't.
bus in 7th grade, and there was a kid on my bus, and he was like talking about porn and about how he like tried to download it onto like some like gaming system or something, and I was
Nice.
like shocked,
Yep.
shocked.
And it's only worse now.
Right, it's
it
only
truly
worse.
is only worse.
If you've ever been on I mean, I don't have Twitter anymore, but like Twitter after a certain time of night is basically just porn.
Oh.
And so like
Did
parents,
not know that.
use this as an opportunity to like openly talk with your children about sex and sexuality and exploration and all that stuff. Do it in a safe environment. Don't just ignore the topic.
Yes.
Because
I think ignoring it is just going to push them to want
to explore.
Exactly. To know more, and they won't do it with your guidance.
Exactly.
And let's be serious. We know everything with these children. Like,
Right.
they're impulsive. They don't know that there's a consequence or a reaction to
Right.
a choice.
Right.
I mean, they do and they don't. They just don't understand
how big of a
consequence some choices can be.
Exactly.
So talk to them about it. Don't, as much as you think that they're your little babies. Mm-hmm. They grow quick.
My advice to you as a single adult with no children would be
enjoy the fucking song.
Yeah, enjoy the song. And
I will say though, single ladies, as a mom, if y'all are playing certain music, which is fine, again, I listen to it too. Mm-hmm. Be respectful when you're out driving. That is one thing I ask.
Oh shit, you're looking at me. That's literally me. No, that's literally me. That's
but I swear, I mean, for me, and it wasn't even when I had the girls, it was when I nannied.
Yeah.
That obviously, like, I don't know what the parents let the kids listen to. Like,
yeah.
I'm not there with them. So it was typically Kids Bop. Mm-hmm. Hated it, but that's what we listened to. There were so many times where music would be blaring, the language that would be going, and we'd be at a stoplight, and like, what am I to do?
Yeah.
Our windows are already up. So all I have to say is continue loving your music, listen to it, blare it. But if you see kids in a car next to you or at a stoplight, something, turn it down a tad.
Thank you for that PSA.
No. Yeah, it's just a nice, lovely little PSA. Yeah. I never realized it before being a mom, or like nanny, I guess, until I was put in that position and I was like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So now with the girls, I'm just kind of like,
respectful.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I don't know. They have the right to be molded to be who they want to be, what they want to listen to. And I always say this to y'all, is we got to try keeping the kids' innocence as best as we can, because I feel like technology is just making them grow so much faster now.
Well,
so,
that's true.
Hence, leading them to possibly watching Cardi's new music video. So they're going to come to it somehow. You just got to talk to them. But
yeah.
But yeah, and the PSA. So thanks. I'm done.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you guys, for that one. Sorry, that was totally random, but had me thinking about it.
Okay, so now that we've gone through that PSA, can we talk about some of the like mother-in-law TikToks that have been going on?
Yeah.
Because, guys, I sent Gabby this TikTok the other day, and there were so many problems. I have ended up on mother-in-law TikTok, right? It's a great side of TikTok to be on, but like also it has made me realize that like mama's boys is like not where, or like crazy mother-in-laws, like it's just not where it's at. Like I just don't think I could like mentally handle that. The video that I sent you the other day,
it was so intense.
So many turns. I was like, is this a real story? The girl basically was saying that like right before like COVID and lockdown, she got married to, I think it was her college sweetheart, in like Mexico. And the day after the wedding, the mother-in-law comes up and was like
basically yelling at her for taking her son away from her. Yeah. And that she's pushing her son against her and all this, and like slapped her in the face, right? Yeah,
slapped her in the face, and then the husband like took the ring back or something like that and was like, maybe we shouldn't be married.
Well, and then left her there.
Yeah, so then like left her there, so then she went back and they had an apartment or something like that, and he kicked her out of the apartment. And when she walked into the apartment, though, he was like sleeping in bed with his sister, which apparently is something that they do, which I'm like, that is red flag number one.
That's very odd.
Number one. I understand that there are people who are like really close with their family, because I'm super close with my family. Yeah. I try to have sleepovers with my sister. She's not really into it, but like it's okay. But I just think like,
I think that's a fine line.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Okay, but
weird.
Like, okay. I don't know. I think it's so different though, because like Christian and Jonathan are like my baby brothers. Like, they're in high school and middle school. But there have been times where it's like he's passed out in my bed, but it's nothing weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the way that she like.
I think about it, that was like 4 years ago, so maybe it is really weird now.
But also, I don't know, maybe it's because like in my mind I still see your brothers as like the toddlers they were when I first met
Yeah.
them. But like the way that this girl described it in the story as them like cuddling and
That's
like I
weird.
just think that's
I would
weird.
never cuddle my brothers.
Like it's
I
one
love
thing
them,
to
but
like
that's
for
weird.
them to be on like one side or like sleeping at the foot of the bed and you're like sleeping
Well,
somewhere.
to me, if you have your own blanket, it's good.
Same.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, because that's like a barrier.
Yeah, that's
But
what,
I just think the whole I don't know. I don't know.
That's just weird.
I just
think
feel
it's
like
weird.
you're crossing a lot of
to be quarantined. Because
Lines.
didn't she say it was the beginning of quarantine
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
So it's like, why is your sister being quarantined with you?
yeah.
Yep, that's odd. That's a red flag right there.
So seeing that story inspired me to find like other crazy stories because I'm a nosy bitch. Like that's why. And Gabby and I have 2 stories that we're gonna share.
Bye-bye.
Do you want to go first?
I don't mind going first.
Okay.
So, excuse me if it's a little long. I'm gonna try. Should I just read the whole thing? I guess so.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So about a year ago, my wife and I found out that she was pregnant with twins, and we were excited, and so were all our parents. The pregnancy wasn't easy. My wife went through severe morning sickness that we weren't sure. Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing this. She'd be able to continue the pregnancy. She's a trooper, though, and got through it after 20 hours of labor.
Oof.
Oh, honey.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
an emergency C-section. She gave birth to a healthy baby boy and girl. Oh, congrats. Until this point, my mom had been entirely supportive of the pregnancy and excited for the birth of her second and third grandchildren. However, her demeanor changed entirely when she saw our babies. For context, I'm a light-skinned black man, and my wife is a very fair white woman. When our babies were born, they didn't look black. They were just pink, ? Like most newborns, ? In parentheses, so you guys know. My mom decided that these couldn't be my children, and my wife must have cheated. She walked up to my wife, who was feeding our daughter, and slapped her right across the face. In front of me, my in-laws, my dad, and a nurse.
Oh.
Everything descended into chaos. Security came in, cleared the room until CPS and the police could do an investigation. Yeah, that meant my wife, who had gone through a terrible pregnancy and birth, had to be left alone just hours later without me or her parents until an investigation could be conducted. It was traumatic for her and still affects her to this day. Since then, my mother hasn't been allowed around to see my kids, but she calls routinely and leaves messages that switch between apologizing and screaming obscenities. My in-laws have been over a lot to help with the babies and have told my mom to fuck off a fair number of times. Shouts out her mom and dad. My wife never wants to see her again, and I don't really want to either. Also, after a little while, the pinkness wore off, and the babies were very clearly mixed race and look exactly like me. I mean, I guess he wants...
Oh, okay. So basically my whole problem with this story, I mean, like, good for them for cutting ties because, like,
Yeah.
I understand that when it comes to, like, you know, like, you hear scenarios and you're like, oh, like, would I ever, like, cut my parents off?
With
blah, blah, blah.
family, stuff like that, yeah.
But I think that when it comes time to, like, having children,
It changes
there's,
things.
yeah, I just feel like there's, like, a certain line that you do not cross.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it can be tricky with, like, in-laws and whatnot, but, like, I feel like him standing up for his wife in that moment and being like, no, like, you're never seeing your grandkids, you're never coming near my family again, like, it sucks, but, like, good for him, because if that was my husband and he was still, like, trying to bring my children, which I know it's, like, our children, though, like,
Around someone who... But, like...
slapped me
Yeah,
right
exactly.
after I gave birth.
And so, nonchalantly.
And also,
Like, just,
might I
like-
say that I am full black, not mixed, and when I came out the womb, I was, like, pale pink or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I mean...
I was, like, white, I
babies are trying
guess.
to breathe.
like, but I mean, like, for the first couple of, like, weeks that I was born, I did not have much melanin in my skin. Like, I didn't look black. I was light skinned.
I look like a white baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. I was very pale. I mean, even the girls were pale.
Yeah.
And come summer,
Yeah. I mean, I just think.
I feel like you can't, in the first few minutes or hours of them being born.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, absolutely
That in-law
not.
was crazy.
And then, okay.
But I think what
To
they're doing is
have-
smart.
Right.
Exit, get her out of there. Don't.
Crazy. Crazy. And you know what the mom is probably going to do? Like, to all her friends in the town who, like, knew him growing up, like, she's probably going to be like, that bitch of a wife stole my I mean, not my husband, stole my son from me.
You know what? And, all right. All I have to say is, coming from someone who doesn't have the best relationship with one of her parents,
Yeah.
I think it comes to a point where even if things are going to be said, you don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. You know the truth. And I'm sure for them,
yeah,
like, he obviously, he knows the truth. Her parents know the truth. She knows the truth. This is a consequence that mom's got to deal with.
She made that decision.
She made that choice.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're doing what's best for their children. You can't get mad for that. And if she's going to go talk to people about it and just pretty much just talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that should give people
an idea of like who they're dealing with,
who's in the wrong, and who's who made the huge mistake and is just hating the choice they made.
Yeah,
because it's not like the son is. I mean, we don't know, but you get what I'm saying. I just think it's one of those things. Let that toxic person out of your life. Don't even entertain it. You can be respectful and still having a boundary set.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you, Megan, and then also Stacy.
Yeah.
For telling me all those things.
Yes, it's important to set boundaries.
It is. Friends, family, it does not matter. Like, blood should not
determine your mental health. Like, it shouldn't, like, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your mental health just because somebody is, like, blood.
Exactly.
Because if they're toxic and bringing negative energy into you,
they don't care that you're blood. They're gonna do it either way.
And I'm glad that you listened to that advice.
Yeah, thank you. It took some time, but you know, it happened.
Okay, my story, Gabby, is fucking crazy that I found, okay?
Okay.
This one says, I've been engaged to my fiance for a year. We're planning to be married out of the country, so in Colombia. And of course, I'm beyond pumped. It's going to be a destination wedding for us, and I was very happy that I was able to talk my fiance into having one. My soon-to-be mother-in-law is extremely upset about this. I always knew that she wasn't really my biggest fan. She's polite and very fake friendly. Oh, that's the worst.
Right.
But she'll do things like sit on my fiance's lap.
I'm sorry, what?
Or tuck his hair behind his ear and cut his food for him.
I'm sorry, what?
On occasion, I actually saw her feed him in public. However, to my fiance's credit, once I told him that I thought that was beyond weird, it never happened again. My future mother-in-law is very upset about our destination wedding. She thinks that we will all be murdered. I roll. Bitches constantly about the cost of her airfare, the size of the wedding, the guests that won't be able to come, the thought of my fiance getting malaria. The fact that she hates that no one in Colombia speaks English. You get the picture. Oh, she sounds horrible.
Sounds like a Karen.
She definitely sounds like a Karen. I tried to limit her exposure to my wedding planning, though when I do this, she complains to my fiance about how she's being excluded. Okay, so she came over yesterday to see our new house, but instead offered the following criticisms. She hates my engagement ring. It's far too extravagant.
Okay.
She says that there are children starving in Africa and people die for these rocks. Our house is an extravagant display of wealth, and this isn't us, even though it's just a townhouse that we got to steal on. She also says that I'm getting fat and need to watch the calories so I can fit into my wedding dress. Meanwhile, she is bragging about her diet and how chic and slenderizing her mother of the bride dress is. Okay, she's not your mother. But anyways.
Yeah, it's mother of the groom. But continue.
Right. This delightful conversation was interrupted when my fiance asked me to help him put a bed in our spare guest room together. So I left my future mother-in-law to her own devices and Netflix while I helped. About 40 minutes into assembly, I went to take a bathroom break and headed into the master bedroom. And what do I find but my future mother-in-law struggling to yank my dress over her head. But she was freaking stuck. I blurted out, "What the hell?" And she immediately started stammering, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh God." At that point, my number one concern was her tearing the sheer backing of my dress, so I rushed over to help her. It was all for naught as she managed to scratch her way through the back of the dress and completely destroy the sheer material. She burst the side zipper of the dress and got a dirty footprint on the train. I asked her as soon as I got her out of the dress, and I want to note with huge amounts of disgust that she was wearing no underwear. Oh.
That's really weird.
What the hell was she thinking? She responded that she was just trying to make sure that the dress would fit me, because if the dress fit her, then it obviously would fit me too.
What the fuck?
If it didn't fit her, then I obviously had some work to do. Never mind that I had just had my final fitting and it had fit like a glove. My future fiance is very disturbed by what happened. I am also disturbed, mostly because I doubt that she was just trying on the dress for funsies. There was also a bouquet of dried flowers on the bed that wasn't there before. I think the bitch was actually trying to pretend that she was the bride, which for so many reasons is wrong. She hasn't offered to pay for any of the repairs to the dress. A section of the train is ripped. I have no idea how much it's going to cost until I can get to the seamstress. In the meantime, in lieu of an apology, she is lecturing me on how much money I spent on my wedding dress, and clearly the trouble she had getting into the dress was a sign that to get something less dramatic and ostentatious. It's taking everything in me to tell her to not fuck off. I'll wear my fucking dress to my goddamn grave, and she better not say anything about it.
I'd run. But granted, the husband is like on board that like his mom is crazy. But oh my gosh.
Okay, but like, okay, when I read this story, I just feel like the first sign to me would be her like sitting on his lap, brushing his hair,
I'm tearing up. Like, oh my, I could not. That sounds like hell.
cutting his food. Like, hold on. Like,
And I'm sorry if you don't want to come to the wedding. If you're
Don't come.
complaining, don't come.
don't come. You don't have to be a bitch.
And it's like it's not your wedding.
But she thinks it is clearly.
I'd be like, you're not. Oh, that might be too harsh. I don't know. A part of me would be like, you're not invited. Like, you're uninvited.
I just feel like there are certain signs that you see like before you marry into someone's family. And I don't think that it should like it's fair to be like, "Oh, your mom's crazy. I'm not marrying you." But like if you had to be the one to point out to your fiance that it's a little strange that his mom is like cutting his food and feeding him and sitting on his lap before he like realized how weird it was, like
That's very true.
I just feel like there's like a bond there.
A huge red flag. Like if I would have walked up to Ryland's house,
Yeah.
and like his stepmom's doing that, I'd be like, "Yo, like you all, but I'm out."
Like that's weird.
Weird.
That's weird. Don't get me wrong. I'm super close. Like you guys know, I'm super close with my mom. I am very close with my family in general. But like I'm also an adult.
And it goes back to those boundaries.
Yeah, like you have to set boundaries. Like she crossed
Many?
so many lines.
Way too many.
So many lines.
And I think it's like I think this is what's infuriating because like I was thinking about this today, knowing that this was the topic. Okay, you're gonna have a child, whatever. I know with the girls, it's like I can't smother them
Right.
because I mean it might be kind of dark, but it's like one day I'm not going to be here for them. That's just the
100%.
truth.
Yeah.
So it's like one day they're gonna have to have someone, whether it be a girl or a boy, whatever it is, they're going to want a partner to be there for them.
Yeah.
So if I go in there and sabotage that, I mean, they're the ones that truly hurt. You know, it's not me. So for this mom, it's like, one, again, there's all those red flags. That would be something to begin with. But it's like you're doing all this intentionally to someone who is like, this is going to be your son's forever.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be the woman taking care of him. Like, you should be looking at these things that it's like, okay, they got this house together. They're working hard. Like, you know, she's so beautiful in this dress. Not that she spent too much. It's none of your business.
Right. If it's not your money, which she also said that the mother-in-law has contributed no money to this wedding. So, like, honestly, it's none of your business.
I'd be like, you start paying the most, the majority of this wedding, I'll
run things by you,
everything
but
say.
No.
But till then, shut your mouth.
I think that, and I've seen it often, and like in family, not my immediate family, but like in my like you see mothers who feel like no matter what, like they're the most important person in their child's life, and I think that for those individuals, they need let's sit down with a therapist and unpack that. Why do you? Something's not right up there in the head, you know? Why do you think that your child is still a child? Like, I understand that you, like, birthed them, but at some point they're an adult. Like, you need to cut the umbilical cord. Yeah. Like, you gotta let them go. Let them make their own mistakes. And I just think it's, like, unhealthy.
It is. Because it's just... I feel like Megan's talked about this before.
Yeah.
Where it's like your kid regresses.
Yeah.
In a sense, because it's like they don't have the confidence to try certain things
Right.
at certain ages they're supposed to, whatever that may be.
Right.
You know.
And
They're
now
scared to run down the steps, you know, little things that it's like they're gonna be afraid to do,
Right.
and it's gonna be anxiety, it's gonna be so many other, I mean, even depression, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Because if they didn't have that confidence before, what are they gonna be like later on in life?
Because now little
don't have to
Sally
be there.
and little Tommy are expecting their significant other to cut their food and to do their laundry and to like it is insane. It's ridiculous. Like when I get into a relationship with someone or like marry someone or whatever, it's like I'm viewing it as like we are two adults, and if we have children, like those are my children. Like I'm not picking up an extra child because your parent babied you your entire life and now you need me to help you do your laundry.
Exactly.
And that's all I have to say. Like,
And well, you know what? I'm just gonna say though too, I am very blessed that I have a great mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure she does like me. No, she does. I'm just kidding. No, I think it's one of those things that it's obviously there was some surprises in mine and Ryland's relationship that like took, I think, both sides of the family for a surprise. But like, I think we've all grown from that tremendously, and I think we're really close now. Like, I'm very thankful to have them. They help us with so much, and I don't know. I'm very lucky I do not have a monster-in-law.
yeah. Oh my
Shouts
gosh,
out,
do you
Kathy.
remember
Thank you.
do you remember that movie Monster-in-Law with Jennifer Lopez?
Yes, it's always on like TBS or one of those
Yeah.
things. But it's a little dramatic for me. I can't watch like,
Okay, it's dramatic,
it's way too much. It's
but I
like-
remember watching that movie and being like, yeah, this is obviously a movie like this. Like nobody is like
that's
this.
true.
And now I'm an adult and I see people's monster-in-laws who are actually like that. And I'm like,
TikTok made it accurate.
what
Like,
the heck? No, but it's like not only TikTok. Like I've seen it with my own two eyes, and I'm like, yeah, no, if that's what it's gonna be, like maybe that's not for me. You know,
right.
maybe I'll just have to be the forever single friend. But I'm just kidding. Like I've definitely seen like with like you and Rylan and like Megan and Noah and like my other friends, you guys have like healthy relationships with your in-laws. You guys understand boundaries and
But I think it goes back though too to like the parents themselves. Like, I think our parents know how mature we are in our
Yeah.
relationship, and I think obviously the same thing for Megan and Noah, that it's like they're not going to overstep
Yeah.
because they don't feel a need to.
right.
They're going to have their opinions, like I just said. There was some rocky parts, but it's like at the end of the day, they know we're adults.
Yeah.
There's the boundaries, and it's like if they were any of our parents, helicopter parents, or just always on top of us, we wouldn't be where we're at right now.
Absolutely not.
There's no way, because they wouldn't have trusted us with such like responsibilities
Yeah.
at 18, 19, 20 years old.
But I think it's also because like our parents realize that, I mean, they don't want to be taking care of us forever.
I
So
mean,
like
that's true, 'cause
they
it-
almost like forced us to like
mean, that's true.
grow up a little bit at certain stages of our life. Like when you start driving, okay, like this. Now I know I was a little bit of a late bloomer when it came to pumping gas and stuff like that, but like I got there.
Yeah.
I got there. And like when I have children, I'm gonna help them get over that anxiety early.
Well, that's why you show them, like, I knew how to pump gas when I was like in elementary school.
Okay, Gabby, not everybody
know.
is you.
I know.
I knew how to do my
I
laundry
know.
in elementary school.
You see, I will say I was in high school for that one.
Okay, so it's just
There's,
different
like, there's
stages for different
things.
families.
Yeah, I just think it's important that you let kids do those things so they're not afraid to do
Yeah.
certain things. Like that.
I mean, it's kind of
If that makes
like,
sense. I don't know.
I don't know if this is like exactly how I'll be as a parent, but like my parents were also the type of people who like, if we fell down, like they weren't like, oh my gosh, like if we fell down, like my parents would let us like cry it out, but like they also told us like you have to like get up on your own, because like basically, and I know this sounds crazy, be talking to like a 4-year-old and be like, in life, like you're gonna get knocked down a bunch of times, but like those were my parents. Like you're gonna get knocked down, it's gonna hurt, you're gonna cry, but like you're gonna get back
I'm gonna
up.
sound so mean. I mean, granted, if the girls are like really hurt,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, I go over to them. But a good 90 to 95% of the time, they're being dramatic.
Yeah, I
They
mean, I
purposely
think it's
fall, and I tell them, I'm like, you can get up, and if you need me, come to me.
yeah.
I'm not gonna go to you
Yeah.
every time, because again, it's,
You don't
they're
wanna
just
coddle
gonna-
them.
They're going to expect me to be there for every little pain.
Yeah.
Anything like that. they got to learn how to do it themselves.
Yeah.
So I think
Look at you
we're
raising
probably
independent
we're
toddlers.
Probably doing it the same way your parents did.
Yeah,
It's just
probably.
like if you're really hurt, then come to me.
Yeah.
Like I will, comfort you. But
Yeah.
honey, you tripped over a stuffed animal. You're fine. We
Right.
have carpet.
Right. Well, I do just want to end this episode by saying, like, thank God we don't have overbearing parents,
Yes.
monster-in-laws. But, like, if you guys do, please feel free to, like, let us know and share your stories with us. Because, like I said, I'm a nosy bitch. And, like, I would love to just know more. I just want to know all the tea, you know?
Exactly. So, y'all, it's the end of the episode. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review, share our podcast with your closest friends, and also feel free to follow us on social media. So, send us those stories if you have any at Sippin' Through Life, and then you can find me at Gabby Colazzo.
And you can find me on Instagram at Life of Diani.
Till next time, sippers.
Bye.
Bye.